hello and salut, comment ça va? See, I haven't asked your name, but anyway, my question to you is anyway, introduce yourself, please, to the audience and say who you are and what you do in the band. And, I see it, Denis Navarro. Denis
Yes.
Navarro.
Denis Navarro.
Denis Navarro. Ah, merci beaucoup. Merci pour votre collaboration.
Merci. Bonjour, bonjour à tout le monde. Hello to everybody, to German people.
Can you please introduce yourself and say what you do in the band and a little bit about your musical backstory?
So I'm Denis Navarro. I'm the founding member of the band, Deleo, the French band. I played with Amy Harris as the singer woman, Nicolas, the guitarist, Romain, bassman, and Clément, the drum. Voilà. And I play guitar, bass, and a little bit of synthesizer. So we are living in south of France, in Montpellier. I don't know if you know this town. Beautiful town in south of France.
I know it.
With a lot of blue sky and the sea, the beach, etc. I play music since I was young, very young, and I always compose my song. I wrote the lyrics and composed the music since I have 13 or 14 years old. Mm-hmm. And when I start to play music, I used to listening Cure, Joy Division, Jesus and Mary Kane, Cocteau Twins. So a lot of great bands in dark pop and new wave genre. So I try to keep on playing and compose my music, respecting this kind of genre. Mm. You understand me?
I understand you, yes. Okay. Merci beaucoup. Je suis comprends. Sorry, I was switching to German. I understand you. Thank you very much. Yeah, of course. I can clearly hear the darker side of it, but you make it very, I don't know. It's very sweet, kind of bittersweet, and so one of my first questions I have for you is, you seem to be like a very accomplished composer, and so from music itself, it speaks to me very well. I like all the songs I heard so far, so that's really great. That's why we are talking, because I only talk with musicians where I like the music. My question is a little bit like, and if you don't want to answer it, that's absolutely fine. Why do you start now to do that? Because it sounds to me like you are already, you know what you're doing. You seem to be very good at what you're doing, and why now? Why not start earlier? Because Cure and Joy Division, they have been around for a long time, and so what was the reason to start Deleo now?
For one reason, sometimes in your life you decide to take some road, and I decided to have a normally job, and I keep the music for myself. Mm-hmm. For a long time. I compose for myself and for little audience. And the reason is that I worked in a marketing agency for a long time. And one day I woke up and I decided to go at the tout au bout. I don't know. I decided to play music, to stop my job, and to go to the and try to do something in the music industry. And this decision I took it in 2017, 2017, when I decided to create the band Deleo. And very soon, with the song Unfair, I was noticed by jamessanger, who is a famous pop producer, a British pop producer, and he bring to my song the pop side with my dark side. Okay. And that's the reason why, as you said, we have a soft sound, so some songs with the twice side, dark and pop, dark from my DNA, and pop with the bring of jamessanger, who is known for his work with the band Keen, Dido, Alanis Morissette, etc. Some big pop star, you know.
Yes. Okay. Because this is so. For me, I'm a radio DJ as well, so I'm listening to a lot of music. So for me, it was kind of like you don't have much songs out, but the few songs you have out, they're so perfect and so polished. This is kind of like this. This doesn't fall from the sky. There is something.
Thank you.
Something. Yeah. I mean, that's why we're talking, because I like your music. I was like, oh, this is way too good for a first kind of band, So now I slowly get the picture why it is so good, and you have a very renowned producer in the background, and also maybe let's talk about this for a little bit. How did you get the band together? Because they all seem to be very accomplished musicians in their own right as well. Because it's fascinating how well it's for me. It sounds like you're playing together since a long time. Because this is in preparation of this talk. Sorry, I was listening to your music again, and what sets us apart also is that. If you have younger bands, there is a lot of egos involved, and like, I want to show you how well I can play the guitar, and I can show you how well I can play this and that. Everyone's kind of like, very show-offy. We want to kind of show that we are the best in what we're doing. And here, with your band, I can hear you are really good at what you're doing, but you kind of give each other space and room to breathe, There is not like... sometimes the guitar gets a little bit more in the foreground, and sometimes, but mostly it's the singer, and what I can hear here is you giving the song the room it needs to have, the space it needs to have. And this is, for me, without, don't get it the wrong way, it's a sign of age. It's a sign of knowledge. It's a sign of, you know what you're doing. You don't have to show off. You don't have to kind of, like I said, you know what you're doing. It's a kind of maturity. That's the word I was looking for. It's a very mature sound. in a good way. You know, it's not boring. It just knows what it is, and it knows how to perfectly balance itself. So to give you a question here after all this talk.
Yes, I understand. Yes, when I met Jamessanger, I sent a lot of to a lot of contacts the demo of Unfair. You know, the first song of
it's a great song.
Deleo.
It's a really great song.
And Jamessanger has answered me and told me, "Oh, Denis, it's a very nice, very cool, very great song, and we must do some. We must try to make it better with my own experience." So I said, "Sure, James, let's have a work session together in your studio, and we'll see." And when I went to his studio, we worked for 4 days in his studio, and then he asked me, Denis, I think we could make it really good together. So I would like that you form a band. You come to my studio for 3 months, and we'll make a great record together. So I went back to Montpellier. I called some friends, some accomplished musician who used to listening the same music than me and the same universe. And I asked her if they wanted to live a great experience, and they said yes, of course. So Romain has come, Nico has come. We organize a casting to choose the singer, and we choose Hemi and the drummer, and together it was in early 2018.
2018.
Okay.
I understand.
So for 1 year we played a lot, rehearsing to play all the songs of the album very good. And then in 1 year later, we go to the studio for 3 months, and we have recorded the album. So in fact, we played 1 year with the whole band to practice the song, and then 1 year later we went to the studio with Jamessanger, and we recorded the album. That's the reason why when you listen, effectively you see a lot of rehearsing, a lot of practice, and all the members are good musicians, so it's easier to make a good session with accomplished musician.
Okay. So basically, the producer gave you the idea to form a band. So before you were doing it yourself. So there is a version out there of Unfair where you sing. I take it, or something.
Well, in the beginning, Deleo was a duet. Deleo is Denis, D and he, and Eleonore.
Okay.
And the contraction, and when you mix the two names, it's Deleo. So in the beginning, Deleo was a composer and a playing guitar with a singer woman. And then when I met James asked me to form a band.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's this answers a lot of my questions, because I could clearly, it wasn't kind of an overnight just jumbled together thing. And in the 2018, when you rehearsed and practiced, you also played live with a band. Did you do live shows as well?
Not at all. Not
No.
at all.
Okay.
We only in the studio and practice a lot in studio. We don't. The first concert we played was in Normandy, near in a little how you say, little
village.
Yeah, a little village. And we played the first time, and James has come to see us play in reality the song that we were made in this studio. So it was great. And I have some video where you can see James playing keyboards next to Deleo.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was really into your sound, I guess. So if he actually comes to see you play live, that's a good sign. And before we started our talk, you already told me that there's some big news for Deleo. You want to talk about it, or
yeah, sure.
Okay,
yes,
so please go ahead and say the good news to the fans out there.
Yeah. So we just have been releasing an EP with 3 songs in a live version, and with this EP we have signed a deal with a label, a French label made by a great French producer whose name was called Philippe Umansky. He worked with some great pop French star in France. He created his label called My Own Record, and he has contacted us to be signed and to help us to release this EP, and in October our debut album called Cosmic.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I already seen you have also quite some videos out, and I guess this is the live show where you played. This was at the L'Art d'Alliance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. When the lockdown, it was the lockdown, and we played 1 week to practice in the L'Art d'Alliance, and we decided to record the sound and make a capture of the video, and then with the new label we decided to go to a studio to mix it with a great live sound with Philippe Umansky, and we decided to release it the last 23 of April.
Yeah, so you've been quite busy, because this was also interesting, as you don't have so much releases yet, and but you seem to do quite well. I mean, people find you. You have a lot of followers, and I mean, I found you, and I didn't look for you. It was kind of, I think you were in my recommendations on Spotify or something. So you're doing it quite well, and now with a label, I guess you will do quite more. But usually I have more like a funny question. I don't know if you can say something about it, because you haven't really toured with Deleo. One of the questions I always like to ask, if there's something funny happened as you were on the road or at a gig or something. I don't know, your microphone stand fell over, or some happy, not happy, but some funny things that happened on stage or off stage or in backstage. Do you have any interesting stories you can share, or is there nothing yet with Deleo, and we have to talk about this later once you can be going on tour.
I don't have any kind of thing, but we have a lot of memories with jamessanger in his studio, and I remember the first time we went with the band in his studio, and we watched all the Grammys, the Ivor Novello, all the award win, the award he has put in his wall. We felt so little, and we wonder qu'est-ce qu'on fait ici?
What can we do here? Why us?
Here?
Yeah, okay, I
because,
see.
As I said, things has come very quickly. When I decided to create to form the band in 218 in studio with jamessanger 1 year later. And the release 1 year after, so things has come very, very quickly. So it's the little comment on dit une anecdote, you know? Anecdote.
Das ist eine kleine Anekdote. Yeah, this is a little anecdote.
I can ask to my translator.
Sorry. Yeah, you know, for some reason I try to translate it into German, but yeah, we need to keep it English. Anecdote. I think it's anecdote is in English, exactly. Yeah, no, this is actually, you know, I'm quite happy for you. It seemed to have worked out. You know, you started with that you kind of quit your job, and then you a year later you form a band, and you're now on way to great success, and yeah, also the videos are looking quite nice, and also the live video footage looks really good, you know, with the lights and stuff. So the thing is, this is maybe a more delicate question, so you don't have to answer it if you don't want to, of course. But
I love delicate questions.
Yeah, but as you quit your job, and I think it's a little bit too soon to live from music. Do you have any side job you're still doing, or you? Oh, okay. You just
no. When I leave my job, I put a little money in a account,
in a bank saving account, in a bank saving account,
saving money in a bank. And I'm living, and I developed the band with this money. So it's my own economy.
Yeah. And it's your baby, so you're gonna nurture it and see that it grows and goes back. I mean, you're on a good way. I mean, you got a label now. You got a great big. You got a big. I mean, it's almost impossible to fail now. And also,
we must found we must tour now. So we must find a tour manager and a booking agency, you know. Because and we the most important, and we are maybe a little lucky, because we decided to make the first release in last year in March, when the lockdown has begun in France. And in spite of the lockdown and the pandemic, we try to do a lot of things to be present, to have exposure, to be in social media. We have some ads, etc., etc. We send a lot of emails for touring, etc. And we receive a lot of message who ask us to keep pushing, to be patient. And now that in France, in maybe in 1 or 2 weeks, the lockdown has finished. We hope that we will be able to make some gigs and to tour in France, but in Germany, because I know that German people like our music. So it's that's what you want a lot.
No,
Sorry
I mean,
for my English, it's difficult.
Yeah, I think you also would be perfect for the Wave Gothic Treffen. In Leipzig, you might have heard. There's the biggest meeting of Gothic people close by where I live. So yeah, this would be perfect for you. So the label doesn't help you with the touring and with the support.
Of course, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So this is actually your plan to really live from music then. So you're living the dream basically.
Yes.
That's
It's a
cool.
real dream, and we know that we have a lot of we are lucky to be able to play the music we like and try to share it with the more people. So yes, it's cool. It's cool. Very cool.
Cool. You know what I find a little bit fascinating is, I mean, that's good for you, but that you could find the musicians all close to you, because it seems like they're all from Montpellier.
Yes.
Montpellier. Montpellier, because this is, I'm talking with a lot of musicians, and this is often a problem finding the people you really click with and you have kind of the same vision. So in a way, you're not only lucky that you found this, I mean, you're very lucky to find this great producer, but you're also very lucky to find the right people to produce it with, because, it's really tough to do it all on your own. So that's how big is Montpellier? I don't know.
Yeah, Montpellier, it's 4,000 people who's living in.
Just 4,000 or 400,000?
300,000.
300,000.
With 300,000.
Yeah, because 3,000 is like a village. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, 300,000. I got it. 300,000.
300, 400,000 Montpellier.
400.
And then
it's the greater area. It's just
it's a great area. It's a great area. It has 500,000 and 1,000.
Okay, so it's
people.
big. It's big. Like it's half a million people in. Okay. But so it's not that small.
In fact, I was confident to find the musician, because I know that in my friend I have some musician, but I was afraid not to find the singer. And James told me that the singer was basically the most important element of the sound of Deleo.
Key ingredient.
When you heard the album and the sound, you can hear all the effects that is created behind the voice of the Amy's voice, and it's a particular thing that contribute to create the sound of Deleo. So I was afraid not to find the singer, because it's more difficult. But I was lucky again.
Yeah, you really, and I know, I know how lucky you really are, because it's not only finding them, but they also like the things you want to do with them, and also have the time to do it, because you said now you want to go on tour, and this is the next logical step for Deleo, of course, but you need the right people to be, let's say, as crazy as because most people have a normal job, and we're working from 9 to 5, and when they get, I don't know, like 3 weeks of vacation or something, and then you come around and say, oh guys, I'm gonna go on tour now for the next 2 months, and who's gonna join me? And not everybody, they have families, they have other things. So in this regard, most people, normal people, don't really know what it all means. This means you're gone away for, I don't know, for a few weeks or something, at least, away from your family. You're touring. You're staying a lot in hotels. It's not as glamorous as most people expect it to be. So. In this regard, you're very, very lucky that you found people who are, let's say it in a positive way, as crazy as you to do this, and it's working out quite well, because I remember, I'm living in a smaller city, and I don't even have a club here where we play the music I like, If there's once a month something, now with the pandemic, not at all, of course, but so you're very lucky to live in a great place, to find the right people who are, who share your vision. That's also important.
Yes. Yes, I think so. But I have a family. I have 4 boys,
Oh, wow.
4 children, and a wife, and maybe we all together are crazy. Maybe.
No, but
and
this is
lucky.
this is honestly, this is the good kind of crazy, because I mean. If I get a little bit more philosophical here, it's we all know one day we will die, and the only thing that really counts is what you've done before you die. And if you say to yourself, Denis, I could have formed a band, and I could have played, and I could have, but I was too afraid because I didn't want to quit my job and my family, and so. But honestly, if you don't do what your heart desire, what your passion is, your family will suffer as well, because they will suffer now because you will be gone for a month or something, but they also will suffer because you will not be happy if you always think like, oh, I don't trust my instincts, and I don't trust it. I'm just kind of want to encourage you, do it, and I'm believing your family will understand, because if you don't go after the passion of your heart, there's always something nagging at you. There's always in your head like, what could I have done, and I was too afraid to really try something. And now, as you told me, you already have all these good things lined up. You have a really good producer. You have now a label. You have a good singer. So I mean, there's no guarantees in life,
Yes, of course.
But I mean, there's one dark guarantee, of course, that it will end. But let's not talk about this.
Yes.
But but it looks for me you are on a real good path for greatness, and so I'm really happy that you kind of took the chance, by the. In German, we say by the head, you just grab the bull by the horns, I think the Americans would say.
Yes.
And just do it, There is, because what I learned, okay, and when I stop my philosophical thing here, is you only regret the things you didn't do, even if Deleo will fail and you will, I don't know, you always find a new job. You always find something else to do. But then you can at least say, I tried and I failed. And
I completely agree with you.
okay, good.
And the second song, Mythomania, is about all these kind of people who live in a golden jail. Maybe this song talked about my life because I have a good job in a good marketing agency, and I earn enough money to have a comfortable life. But one day I woke up, as you said, and I talked to myself, and I knew that it was the momentum to live this kind of life, and to live the one that maybe I should have had 30 years later, you know. And I decided to leave my job to live my dream, simply. So, and Mythomania is about this kind of philosophy.
Yeah, no, and you're, like I said, you're very lucky to found the right people, but you're also very lucky to have a family who seemingly supports you, because, this is not just you, but you can, like you said, you have 4 boys and you have a wife, and so we need to get along with this as well, so it's you can be very happy to find them. Say thank you to them from me.
Yeah, but she's called Magali, and she's my
Magali.
partner.
I know a Magali. I know but it's not your wife. I'm pretty sure. I know a Magali Prébon.
Magali, she's my partner. Yes, and when I went to the studio 3 months in the north of France, I let her alone with I have 2 girls and 2 boys. And I let her with the children, and I know that it was very very difficult. But she's a strong woman, so I tried to take the strength she has, to have a bigger strength to go and live this passion.
Yeah, no, this is really like you said. You need a strong partner in this as well. It's not just you. This is, I guess, what you meant with, like, 30 years ago. You were maybe single and alone, and you could have done it, and blah blah blah, blah, and everything is fine. And now, there's so. It's the problem with, if you get older, you have more responsibilities. It's good because you're not so stupid like you were when you were young, right? And but on the other hand, you have more responsibility. But so that's why I'm really happy for you that you found the strength to do it, because it's not easy, as you know. There's a lot of people who are kind of, then later on, like I said, when they become older, and I don't know, with 70 or 80, and when they're on their deathbed, and when they think back on their life, what have I done? What have you achieved? And you can say then, okay, I formed this band I always wanted to form, and then, I don't know, we got in the charts, and we played there, and we had these adventures. This is basically what life is for. Life is for living it, and not being afraid. Because
I completely agree with you.
I think, yeah, in a way we are soulmates, because the thing is, you can be afraid of everything, but that's a stupid fear you might have, because you're gonna lose it anyway. So it's only what you have done with it. You have this gift now to do something, and you decided to do it, and that's so great. And I can already, just I know your English is not the best, but I can feel the passion between the lines here. I can. I wished my French would be better, but I lived for 2 years in Montreal, so in Quebec, Québécois. Where, tabarnak, hostie. They talk a little bit of a different kind of French. But yeah, my French is really bad. So anyway, I'm just happy to found you, and it, for me, it looks like really you're destined to greatness. So maybe to kind of get this full circle for kind of like what we can expect from Deleo. I heard now from you there is a new album coming out, a whole album in October, and your next step is to go on tour. So you're looking for it because now it looks good. I don't know how it is in French with a vaccination, but in Germany it started. I just called my doctor and I'm on the list now. So, slowly we get vaccinated. So it's getting back to normal.
It's the same thing in France. Slowly
okay.
we will be vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
I have, so I'm not vaccinated yet,
mm-hmm.
but
mm-hmm.
maybe next month.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I hope so too. I'm on the waiting list right now. So anyway, but we're going back slowly to normal. So this means you can start touring, and your label will help you with it. And as you said, in Germany, there's a lot of people who like your sound and your music, and there's more they need to hear it. So and maybe I can even see you live then. And we can drink a German beer together or a French wine. I don't know what you prefer. But so just to kind of finish our talk, what can people expect from you in the future? Will there be more videos? Okay, the album we already talked about. Is there anything you can already say for the future of Deleo for our listeners?
We with the pandemic we had a lot of time to make music, play music, and compose. So we can't wait to return in studio, and I think it's we have a lot of chance to go to studio next year, mm-hmm. and to record the second album, because the first has been recorded in 219. Mm-hmm. So it's been
two years ago
mm-hmm. that he has been. So we have some material.
Oh, that sounds good.
Record.
Sounds good.
So the future, probably next year, another album will be released.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, what I really, if I can give you a suggestion, because for me it seems like Deleo slowly finds its voice in a way, that you find your sound, and you have now your trademark sound. And what I always like, once you have found your voice and your sound, then maybe do a cover song in your Deleo sound, with your Deleo voice. This would be a really cool thing, because I always like it if a band has a very unique sound and then covers something, what you know already, but in their own way, in their special style. Like if you hear "Stripped" from Rammstein, it's still or a Kraftwerk here the model. I guess you heard the original, yes, and if you hear the Kraftwerk, of course it's Rammstein, but it's still the original, and I would like to hear that with you too, because there's so many great songs that would fit in your oeuvre very well.
So we talked about that a lot of time with the boy, mm-hmm. And we don't succeed to choose the
perfect candidate, the perfect song.
So if you have suggestion, give me your idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have a few, like maybe here some Eurythmics song. Here Comes the Rain Again, or Sweet Dreams. Okay, Sweet Dreams have been covered to death, but I could imagine that it would be sounding much different with you. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna
yes.
take a note and write it down and let you know, because
okay.
or Le Visage, Fade to Grey. I think it's you know Le Visage. There was a French thing.
Oui.
Yeah, there's some good French songs from the I'm a little bit older as well, so from the 80s. I grew up with the 80s. Oh man, yeah, I got some ideas. I will send it to you later.
Send me your idea.
Okay, so thank you very much, Denis, for the talk. I really enjoyed it, and I'm now that I know you better, I'm even more excited because this kind of is like you're living the dream. You did exactly what everyone thinks. Oh man, I will do it one day, and most people never do. And so I'm really happy that you found the strength in yourself to do it, and also say thank you to your wife that she kind of helps you because you need a big supporting base. I mean, I don't have to tell you that. So thank you. I'm just grateful to found you and that you found the right people to help you.
Thank you very much.
So thank you for the time. And maybe with you guys, I think I will put a reminder in my calendar, and maybe in a year we will talk again, and then we see where you have been, and there will be more stories to tell. Anecdotes.
Yes. Okay.
Cool. Thank you very much. Merci pour timbre. No, what's time in French? Time is.
Merci pour le temps. Le temps.
Le temps, yeah.
Le temps. Pour le temps passé ensemble.
Ensemble
together.
You just let me realize how bad my French is. I have a few. Oh man, my French is really bad. I could ask.
I'm sorry not to try to talk German. I don't know. Je ne connais aucun mot en allemand. Je ne sais pas.
My French is un petit peu. Je suis recherche le sucré. I can, the important things I still get together kind of, but anyway, merci pour votre collaboration. I really enjoyed our talk. Thank you very much. It was really nice to get to know you. I wish you all the best, and I'm really, really excited to hear more of you in the future. If you want, I have a little radio show. If you send me an MP3 of your songs, I can play them there, and and spread the word a little bit more. As a advertising guy, how important this is.
Yes.
But you're doing quite well, so I don't.
We try.
Yeah, you're doing good. So thank you very much. It was really nice to get to know you. I wish you all the best. Say hi to the band, and kiss your wife from. Say thank you to your wife for me.
I can kiss her too.
Yeah. You can kiss. I didn't want it to let it sound weird, but I say kiss your wife from me. Yeah. But I mean, I'm really happy that you have such a strong wife, because I want you to go on tour. I want you to come to Germany and play here, so I can see you live. Okay. Bon matin is the morning. Wait.
Bonne soirée.
Bon soirée, exactly. Bon soirée, and it's a little bit early, but also bon fin de semaine.
Fin de semaine, oui. C'est bien.
Once I'm getting into it, I remember more and more. I lived for 2 years. I lived in Montreal. And so I picked up some German, some German,
French.
yes, some French. I picked up some German as well, but it was, it's my native language. Okay, thank you very much. I really enjoyed getting to know you. Bon soirée, and all the best for you and the band.
Merci, thank you very much. Et bonne soirée à vous et à tout le monde. À bientôt.
Merci beaucoup.